Hello YouTube, it's Little Derek Comics back with another video, and today I'm going to be talking about how I uploaded every day for 2 months. And I'm going to give you some pros and some cons and let you know if it was worth it and if you should do this as a content creator or just anybody who, wants to try something new with your life. Well, with that being said, before we get started, if you would like to see more content like this, go ahead and leave a like and subscribe to the channel. And we're going to go ahead and get into it. Now, first off, I want to say technically, I did not upload every single day, Sunday through Saturday, right? So, what I did was, you know, Monday through Saturday, I was like, I'm going to upload a video and a short every day. While I technically did do that, and technically Sunday was left out, before you go and be like clickbait or whatever, I did upload on Sundays a lot of the time because I would upload a video on Saturday, upload a short around midnight. So technically it did count as Sunday. I'm going to just say that I made 2 months worth of content. That's really what I did. Now, why did I do this? What was the whole point of this little experiment? So, I've been creating content for a minute and I wanted to see what would happen if I just fully committed to it. If I just went day by day and uploaded a piece of content, what would that look like? Where would I get? And so I was like, let's go ahead and let it rock. Let's see how it works. Yeah, with that being said, that's pretty much the gist of it. And let's go ahead and get into the pros. So, first off, when you make a video every day of the week, there's a lot of room for error, right? If I would, let's compare it to when I made like videos maybe twice or three times throughout the week. If you only have like a couple videos throughout the week, then if you don't get any views, you're gonna feel terrible. You're gonna be like, oh man, there's my whole week. I failed for this week. Whereas if you upload, say, a video every day, and especially if it's like a video and a short like I did, you're like, okay, I ain't getting no views today, but it's like, oh well, I got like 5 more tries to do it. So that's a big thing. That is a huge thing. So pretty much you have less stress about uploads and trying things out because you have a lot more room to do so. And the next pro is improvement. So, the more you do of something, the better you're going to get at it generally. So, you uploading every day for 2 months is gonna make you better at it, especially if you're trying to improve constantly, not just going through the motions. If you're looking up how this works, how to do this, and you're changing up the way you do things, you're gonna get better at what you do. You learn more, you get better at, say, editing, you get better at time management, you get better at talking, recording audio, you get better at scripting. You just make improvements across the board. You know what works and what doesn't work. You just see you see improvement. That's another huge thing. And I'd say the biggest thing that you get out of this, the biggest reason to do this is channel growth. So my channel more than doubled since I did this. I started with 41 or 42 subs last month when I had started. And then at the end of last month I got like 66 subs, and now I'm at 88 subs for this month. And the month's not even over yet. So, I'm getting close to 100. It's My channel is going crazy. And also the algorithm, when you put more content into it, it knows more people to put it to, you get more subs, and so they'll come back to certain videos. Your audience starts to get a little bit more consistent, and you will just start to get more views because some of your older videos are doing well, and you got newer videos that are starting to do better and better because the algorithm is boosting your content. My view count has been crazy over the past couple weeks. Like when I first started doing this, and I was at like the 40 or so subscriber mark, I'd be lucky to get, say, 50 or so views throughout the week. I'd be lucky to get 20 a lot of the time. Now my videos, like just the straight videos, might get hundreds of views throughout the week, and my YouTube shorts might get thousands throughout the week. It's like on a consistent basis too. So channel growth is the biggest takeaway for this. Now, what are some of the cons, right? So the biggest con is going to be time. And this doesn't matter who you are, whether you're, a single guy with no kids and just all the free time in the world. Say you're a teenager and you stay at your mom's house, or just anybody that stays at your mom's house, you're gonna have a lot more time to manage than say somebody that has a full-time job, has kids, and is barely has time to do anything. But regardless of which one of those you are in between, you're going to have to figure out time to put in for this. And it's a commitment. You might not have any free time. If you get off your job and go and do this, you have to one figure out when you're going to do it. A lot of the time you're going to not have much time to do this. You might end up losing a lot of sleep because you have to get this video out and then you have to do it the next day. So you could get off of a full shift and go in and okay, I still got to upload a video. You got to grind. It's like you really have to put in time for this. Another con is adapting. So it's good to be able to adapt, but if you are not good at adapting, you're going to be in a lot of trouble because things happen. Like I said, there's a lot of time involved, and if you think you have a schedule here, your schedule might change. You might have to work a longer shift. You might have less time. You might have to tend to somebody. You might have an injury or something that makes it harder for you to make content. You might not be able to make content at all. Your device could malfunction, your software could stop working. I had a situation where my DaVinci Resolve wouldn't record my audio anymore, so I had to get a different software. And then a lot of my videos were just going to take too long to be able to create within a day. And so I had to start relying more on reactions and things like that, which were good, don't get me wrong. But, I just had to change up a lot of things for those months. So, yeah, adapting is a huge thing, and you have to be good at adapting to even do this. And the last con is commitment. This is such a huge commitment. You have to wake up knowing that I have to upload this video by the end of the day. You have to, like I said, often sacrifice hours of sleep to do this. And you have to never give up. There's been so many days where I was like, man, I don't know if I can get this out. Maybe I should just call and, go to sleep. Maybe I should, double up on tomorrow or something like that. Maybe I should just miss out on this one day, but I didn't do it. And I'm so proud of myself for not doing that. But, you have to be able to have that level of commitment and that drive to not stop. You have to want it. And if you can't commit to that, you're gonna fail. So, was it worth it? Was all that worth it? Would I do it again? And I would say 100% it was entirely worth it. Like I said, my channel more than doubled, and I have a much better grasp of how I should run my channel now. If nothing else, it was just a great experience to know that I had the drive to do it. But outside of that, outside of me just accomplishing that challenge, that mission, there were a lot of other big accomplishments I had. I got a lot of new subscribers. I put out a lot of videos. There was a lot of videos I had in my mind that I was able to put out. So, yeah, and success is subjective. Some people might do the exact same thing I did, get the exact same numbers and be like, this was not worth it. This is so minuscule. It really depends on what you define as success, and that's going to be different to you. But with that being said, would I advise anybody else do this? Yeah. Yeah, I would recommend everybody try this, even if it's not with content creation. I think that anything you want to do in life, if you could commit even a little bit of time to it, it doesn't even have to be a month, it could be a week. And if you're somebody that just doesn't have time, again, if you're working several hours, most jobs give some form of vacation. So you might have to, plan a vacation and then, you know, you might not be able to go to the Bahamas or something like that. But if you do go to the Bahamas, you have to also plan like, hey, I gotta work on something while I'm out here on the vacation or whatever. And I will say if you can do something every day with no hassle and you're just enjoying it, that might be something you want to do for the rest of your life. And I would seriously consider taking advantage of that. And if you don't, like what you're doing and you're like, oh, maybe this ain't what it was cracked up to be, then at least at least you tried and you can be like, this wasn't for me and I know how to proceed moving forward. So I think it's 100% a good idea for anybody to at least attempt something like this. Now, with that being said, I don't think this format is sustainable for me anymore because there's, like I said, there's a lot of videos that I make that require me to work on it for a little bit longer than a day that I need to just kind of let cook. So I will probably work on this same schedule in a sense that I'll be working on things every day, but I probably won't be uploading them every single day. I'll work on them, but it might be a little bit more sporadic with the uploads, but definitely an enjoyable experience. Now, with that being said, speaking of, not uploading as much, I am celebrating a birthday next week. And so throughout that week, you probably won't get any uploads from me. Unless it's something really pressing, then I'll probably, upload something if it just needs to be done quick. Yeah, but I will come back after that week I'll still be editing and things during the week, but I'll probably save the actual videos for when I come back so that I can have a fresh start with a little head start on it. So, but yeah, if you enjoyed this video, go ahead and leave a like and share it with somebody that you think needs to see it or needs to hear this. And if you want more content like this, like I said, subscribe to the channel. I make a lot of fun, content like this. So, but yeah, with that being said, that is the end of the video and I'm out. Peace.